What if one photo could flip your entire public image overnight? That's exactly what happened when a set of beachside photos of Sarah Palin hit the internet like wildfire. Once known strictly for her political firepower as Alaska's former governor and a vice presidential candidate, Palin has suddenly found herself back in the spotlight. But this time, it's not about policy. It's about a bikini, a beach, and a bold message that's shaken the internet into a frenzy. The debate was instant. Some saw it as fearless self-expression. Others called it flat-out inappropriate. But underneath the surface-level arguments is a much deeper question. What does society expect from women who once held power? As opinions continue to clash online, this isn't just about a swimsuit. It's about the pressure, the double standards, and the very idea of what it means to be seen in public. And that's exactly what we're unpacking in today's story. The photos didn't take long to go viral. In them, Sarah Palin is seen confidently enjoying a sunny day at the beach, wearing a bikini that, for some, felt at odds with her political past. Supporters applauded her for embracing her body and breaking outdated expectations. But just as quickly, critics fired back, accusing her of attention-seeking and questioning whether the images were appropriate for someone who once ran for the second highest office in the U.S. Social media exploded into a battleground. Some users praised her fearlessness and called it a moment of empowerment, while others labeled it a publicity stunt. What made the situation even more charged was Palin's history. Her conservative image and political ties created a contrast that people couldn't ignore. And as the buzz grew louder, it became clear this wasn't just about a photo. It was about image, identity, and the invisible rulebook society expects women in power to follow. Instead of staying silent, Sarah Palin addressed the backlash head-on. In interviews and social media posts, she made it clear she wasn't backing down. Palin expressed pride in her body and her choices, saying that enjoying life and feeling confident shouldn't be reserved for the young or the anonymous. She framed the photos not as a political statement, but a personal one, something real, fun, and unapologetically her. For many women, that message hit home. In a culture where aging and self-expression often clash, Palin's stance sparked conversations about body positivity and the right to live authentically, even in the public eye. Still, not everyone agreed. Critics argued that public figures, especially former politicians, have a responsibility to uphold standards. But Palin's response posed a challenge to that idea. Can we really expect women to fit one mold forever, or is it time to rewrite those expectations? As the internet debated, the media followed, and not always with nuance. Several outlets jumped on the story, highlighting the shock factor of a political figure in a bikini rather than discussing the bigger conversation it sparked. Headlines focused on Palin's body, her past, and the perceived scandal, often ignoring the deeper issue of societal expectations for women in power. The coverage leaned into drama, reinforcing the very standards many are now questioning, and here's where the double standard becomes impossible to ignore. If a male politician had posted shirtless beach photos, he might be praised for staying fit or letting loose. But when Palin shares a similar moment, it's met with controversy. That contrast raises tough questions. Why are women still policed for expressing themselves? Why is femininity, especially in politics, treated like a liability? In the rush to judge, we might be missing the real story. How far we still have to go in balancing public image and personal freedom. Sarah Palin's bikini photos may seem like a simple moment caught on camera, but the reaction they sparked says much more. They've opened a window into how we view women, especially those who've held power. Are they allowed to be multifaceted, to age boldly, to live outside of the roles we've placed them in? Or are they expected to quietly fade into a mold of acceptable behavior? This isn't just about Palin, it's about every woman who's ever been judged for showing confidence on her own terms. Whether you see her post as empowering or inappropriate, one thing is clear: it forced a conversation about gender, aging, media, and the unrealistic standards public figures, especially women, are held to. And that conversation matters. Because the more we challenge those norms, the closer we get to a society where people are free to be fully themselves without shame or judgment. So what do you think? Has Sarah Palin broken a barrier or crossed a line?